Wake up, you sleepyhead, get up. Get out of bed, live, love, laugh, and be happy.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, you got me. Coach Roy Lee Peterball, Rooster Poot High School football. Welcoming you to Saturday Morning Live. Craig O'Neill's busy in there. He'll be here in a second. He's answering a call from his lawyer. Just wanted to come on this morning, and before we begin officially with the morning theme and stuff, I wanted to address a rumor that is roaring through Rooster Poot. It's a Rooster Poot rumor that I needed to address and get out front of, and so if y'all don't mind, I just want to get to that at this time. It seems that the big talk up there in Rooster Poot is that David Bazzel, former Razorback, does that mediocre talk show on that little station up there, Buzz. David Bazzel is rumored to be taking over as the new head coach of the Rooster Poot High School Gamecocks, replacing me.
That's because he's better looking.
Hey, now. Hey, let Craig call you in here before you jump in on that. Yeah, there's talk up there. Here's what happened now. First of all, Bazzel coached one of the teams in the intra-squad game down there in Whitehall, and his team won 7-0 over the Craig O'Neill coach team. It's an intra-squad game. Spring game didn't mean nothing. And it's the only time Bazzel's ever been head coach, and he wins 7-0. The only reason they scored is because Craig O'Neill was dancing on the sideline and distracted the defensive backfield, and the boy got wide open on Bazzel's team, and he scored a touchdown. And that was it. 7-0. Bazzel's 1-0. Meanwhile, as many of you know, for the first time in 22 years since I was head coach, Rooster Poot High School lost a game this past season to our crosstown rival. That's the name of the high school, Crosstown High School. They're the high school in DeKalb, Arkansas, which explains why they're always cross. So we lose to them, and now we lose to them, and ever since we lost, everybody's been on my case. My sweet wife, Honeydew, can't go to church without somebody bringing it up. And now rumors about David Bazzel. In fact, it goes so far, two witnesses saw David Bazzel with our number one chicken farmer in Rooster Poot, Tyson Fryer. They're in the convenience store, the Toot N Moo, and they're sitting at there at one of those little Formica top tables talking, and two witnesses heard them talking about big money. And it must be because Tyson Fryer bought David Bazzel a big gulp and paid for his gas. So they're talking big chicken money. So, and then if that wasn't enough, the Rooster Poot High School Drone Club, which meets every afternoon, they were launching, and normally they concentrate on the cheerleader practices. But in this case, they focused on David Bazzel on our football field. He's walking the field with his phone down there in the grass, measuring the field. And when the rains came and chased him back into his limo, he was heard complaining that our field was only 72 yards long, which I think is bogus. So he's already ingratiated himself up there in Rooster Poot, but nonetheless, people are fired up about it, and I'm not real sure it's going to go over. I mean, one game in 22 years, you can't hire some big highfalutin media rep to come up there and expect to get all he can out of 22-year-olds. So one lousy loss, and I'm being thrown under the truck. That's right, the truck, because we can't afford a bus. Anyway, I'll let you all know how this plays out. Just remember this. Money talks these days, and chicken money ain't chicken feed. If you excuse me, I'm going to go now. I'm going to play the theme to the show. Craig O'Neill's, I'm going to call, hey, Jane, call Craig in here, would you? I'm going to play the theme to the show. Okay. All right, here we go. See you later. I'm got to get up there and address these things and talk about it. So I'll talk to y'all. Craig?
He's not here. This shirt This shirt was painted 20 years ago. I don't know if you can see it, but this was one of the original.
You need to turn down the music.
Oh, never mind.
Shirt, show them the shirt. No, show them the shirt. Come here.
God.
Show them the shirt. I'll back up.
Well,
You can use my mic. You can sit on my lap.
they can't.
This is how our relationship started.
No, I did a poster for Riverfest. Remember Riverfest? Back in 2000, and they at the time had T-shirts, and I dug this out of my drawer the other day, but it's a poster. It's a print of the poster, and I don't think you can really see anything. I can get up a little closer, and then I'm going to eat my breakfast here. Oh gosh.
Well, here, you want to use that?
Well, no. I just don't know if they can see. I was just going to get close to the camera, and then I'm going to go eat my pancakes.
There it is. This is the Riverfest shirt from what year?
2000.
2000. You all remember Riverfest? Remember how Memorial Day would be approaching and everybody would plan their whole weekends? Well, not everybody, but a lot of Arkansans would plan their weekends around Riverfest. And 1 year, or 2 years actually, Jane had the poster. So there you
No,
go.
1 year.
You've just gone back in time.
And have I just messed up your camera? I did? Okay, I'm going to go eat my breakfast now, and then I might do a little art.
I may call you in here because we got a lot about. Here you go. Okay. By the way, let me put my earphones in. By the way, let me welcome you all to Saturday Morning Live, being brought to you by Walnetto Arts and Entertainment, where imagination makes us think this entire show is relevant. Okay. Whoops. We've already had a whoops moment. I hit the camera. Okay. No, nothing. Nothing. We haven't had an oops. In fact, I've been on a roll, y'all. I fixed my weed eater and my hearing aid. So I'm on a roll. It's really good to have you all here. And I don't know, I think this show is so important that I'm sure all of you remember where you were the first time you saw Saturday Morning Live. Just like any momentous event, you were on your computer. Anyway, coming to you from my kitchen table, our kitchen table, scene of great meals, wonderful conversation, and folded laundry. And it's just great to have you here. And Jane's going to be over here eventually when she gets through fixing her. She's moved to the right, much like Nikki Haley. I'm not going to talk politics. Now, no one really talks politics anyway in this country, really, because politics is defined as the machinery of government. And what people really do is build up their own egos and blame other people and talk bad about other Americans. That's not politics. That's like going to an auto mechanic and saying, hey, could you show me what's wrong with my engine? And he spends 30 minutes berating you because of your choice of automobiles. So, okay. That's it. All I'm going to say is America runs on outrage. Got to stop that right now. Yes. My brother in Libby, Montana says if I talk politics, our numbers would go way up. Well, actually, our numbers did go way up last week because Jane was working on a rock, and every once in a while we'd show her progress, and then we showed the final product, and the rock scored. I'm telling you, if you have something going on, your Facecast, your Saturday Morning Live while you're broadcasting, if something's going on and it's making progress and it's a story that's a part of Saturday Morning Live, that produces big numbers. And that's why I'm announcing this morning that next weekend I'm going to do this show while getting a colonoscopy.
Shut up! Ew! God.
Don't think Jane took to that one too well.
Erase.
There go the numbers. Okay, I'm going to change the subject and show you all a picture. I've got several to show. Here we go. Hang on. Everybody hang on. I'm not going to have an oops moment. So far, I've had a semi-oops moment. Okay. All right, here we go. My first picture today comes to you courtesy of a wonderful school in Conway, Carolyn Lewis Elementary. And this is Miss Groce's 5th grade class. Aren't they wonderful? Like Miss Groce, it's Groce, and she'll be the first to tell you how it's spelled. Look at those wonderful children. Let me tell you what she had them do earlier this year. And by the way, they don't get out till next week. But anyway, earlier this year, she had them write a poem. Each child was told to write one line in the poem, and the poem is actually displayed on Miss Groce's bulletin board, displayed proudly. The name of the poem, Kindness. Kindness. And each child was given a line. And I've got it. If you've got just 2 minutes, this could make your Saturday and your Memorial weekend. Make you forget all the bad things. How about this? Kindness, according to Miss Groce's class. Kindness is standing up for my sister, using people's names, giving people important stuff, standing up for people who are getting bullied. Kindness is helping others, like helping people to climb trees, standing up for what is right, giving, helping, sharing, and giving. Kindness is helping other people if in need. When you give help and respect others. Helping someone get up. Kindness is good. Kindness is looking at people in the eye when you talk to them. Teaching, sharing, giving, and helping. Kindness is standing up for people. Paying attention in class. Kindness is sharing our hearts. Using people's names, giving and helping. Kindness is letting people pet my birds. Kindness is when you help someone with work. Being polite to your friends. And finally, helping a friend stand up to a mean person. Thank you, Miss Groce's class. And by the way, she's leaving that school to go teach at a private school this next year, but her mark has been made, and those kids prove it. I got one more class to talk about and brag on. And this school, it's an entire school actually, is at Jefferson Elementary. And this is the class. They graduated Jefferson this week, this 5th grade class. Look at them. And what did they do? Well, they became leaders. I expect every one of these children that you see in this picture to be a leader at their new school. Many are going to Pulaski Heights, others are going to some private schools, but they're all headed to middle school. But I expect no matter where they go, they're going to be leaders. Why? Because they now know what's important. A year and a half ago, they lost a classmate to a terrible disease, a cancer-like disease that took the life of Malin Opitz. Malin would not see the end of the 4th grade, nor, of course, would she see the 5th grade. And this is Malin, before she died, with her mother and father. But let me tell you what happened here. Malin passed away, and within 6 months, a foundation was formed in Malin's honor to build something at Jefferson Elementary over at Kamak Village in her honor, something that she wanted. And what Malin wanted was an outdoor classroom named after her, Malin's Classroom. This is the rendering of what Malin's classroom is going to look like behind Jefferson Elementary. I've kind of got it whomper-jawed. It's from a different perspective, but it is absolutely stunning. And they were quick to point out to me it'll be covered in astroturf, so the grass that you see will always be there and never change. And I have already volunteered to throw out the first story and read the first book. There is a reading place on the classroom grounds, and I volunteered to throw out the first story and read the first book in honor of Malin. And by the way, I asked those fifth graders how many would return to the classroom from their middle schools in honor of their deceased classmate, Malin. And everybody raised their hand. And then I said, all right, how many of you will return more than once? How many of you will volunteer even to help? And they all raised their hand. This was the ceremony. Wednesday, Malin's parents, that's Jonathan Opitz, who has become a substitute teacher at Jefferson in honor of the relationships he's formed at that school after the passing of Malin. And here's the thing. Wednesday, they were scheduled to have a groundbreaking outside in the area where the classroom's going to be built. But because of weather, they moved it indoors. That's why you see the shovels. And so they moved it indoors. They had the groundbreaking. And you all, they have raised all the money. They did it in 8 months. They had a large team of volunteers made up of parents who knew Malin and had kids that went to Jefferson Elementary. And these kids and their parents and a team of those who knew the Opitzes raised the money. Another reason why these kids are going to be leaders. They've seen what happens when you take action on behalf of someone else and not just yourself. Jefferson Elementary, teaching great life lessons, and cannot wait to see the Malin Opitz Outdoor Classroom when it opens next fall. CDI contractors will be using subcontractors, and they're going to get busy this summer and try to get it open by mid-fall. I think I've just ruined my camera. Whoops, we just had an oops moment. Anyway, but actually with what we've talked about, you can't have an oops moment. These are all hopes moments. Congratulations, Jefferson. And thank you all for watching. I think I'm going to have to go. How much time? Yeah. I think we ended on a high note rather than what's going on. What's going on in Rooster Poot. Thank you all for watching Saturday Morning Live. There it is.
Is it over?
Well, it doesn't have to be over. You want to put on a mic and show them what you've been drawing?
Yeah.
Although my camera is now messy.
No, it didn't. It's just dark.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
No, go ahead and show them. We can hold this up here. It's all informed. We're all friends here. We don't have to be network. There's no pressure, right?
Is my mic working?
Oh, gosh, is it ever?
Am I too loud?
No, you're perfect.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to sit here and draw because that would take... Uh-oh, your battery is running low. You might want to plug in your PC.
Okay.
Well, how do you do that?
I don't know.
Did plug it in. Anyway.
Oops, moment. Had it.
Whatever.
Doggone it, we were that close.
Well, this is the drawing that I was working on last weekend up at Hardy. I finished it. It is part of my, I'm working on a collection of drawings to be sold as a set of coloring pages, not a coloring book, but pages you can color or prints. And the theme for this one is traveling through imaginary lands on fantastical beasties. And here are there's the turn up a little bit. The turtle train, which goes nice and slow, is carrying the elves through the garden of singing flowers. And
see the garden?
I've
singing
got
flowers. Okay, there you go.
All right. Well, I don't put it down.
Oh, okay.
I've got All kinds. This is one of the early ones. There's.
Ta-da. Oh, look at that, y'all. Isn't
Yeah.
that cool?
Oh, you're not showing the whole drawing.
That
But
is so
anyway,
cool. That is way cool.
I've just got. I want to have 20 in the set. Where's my? Oh, here's one that got a lot of talk, and we even had to think up a name for this one. It's something curly toes, and show her feet. Bring it up. See our little feet, and she's carrying a whole load of little kids.
It's like a parade, isn't it, folks? We could do this like a parade.
And here's the
Oops, excuse me.
the royal.
I just said excuse me to my microphone.
The royal family, frog family, on parade, riding on the walking toadstools.
Here, the walking. Look at the toadstools they've got. Feet.
But anyway, and I think we may have showed the one with the trees, the walking trees. These have been posted on my, if you follow me on Jane F., as in Friar, Hankins, 60 on, just look for my public page on Facebook and also on Instagram. And as I worked through these, I've been posting them. But I'm almost there. When I have 20, they will be available for sale at janefhankins.com. There are other coloring sets for sale. And I just want to end it on something with color. This is one of my favorite Emily Dickinson poems, since you're doing poetry today. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without words and never stops at all. And sweetest is the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash that little bird that kept so many warm. I'm sorry, I'm doing this without my glasses and trying to. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strongest sea, yet never in extremity, move it over, it asked a crumb of me. Emily Dickinson.
And on that, thank you for watching Saturday Morning Live, brought to you by Walnetto Arts and Entertainment, where you get moments like these. Thank you all.
Is it over now?
It's over.